It's been another wild week in AI. A leaked screenshot suggests OpenAI may be preparing a new GPT Bidi, a next-generation voice model designed to make conversations with ChatGPT feel significantly much more natural. China's GLM 5.2 continues climbing major AI leaderboards and is now being compared with some of the strongest proprietary models in the industry. And Anthropic is facing a lawsuit over claims that its premium Claude Max subscriptions may not deliver the level of usage the company appeared to promise. So let's talk about it all. Starting off with OpenAI, a leaked screenshot that recently surfaced in the dev mode OpenAI community appears to show a new model called GPT Bidi. The image quickly spread across AI communities and was later shared by several AI news accounts and researchers. According to reports, GPT Bidi is described as a next-generation voice model designed to enable more natural conversations, respond more intelligently, and make interactions with AI feel much closer to talking with a real person. Now, before anyone starts declaring that AGI has arrived because ChatGPT can say, more naturally, it's important to remember that this is still a leak. OpenAI has not officially announced GPT Bidi, and the final name could actually change before the official release. But if the information is accurate, this could become ChatGPT's biggest voice upgrade in quite some time. The name itself may reveal what's happening here. According to several reports, Bidi likely stands for bidirectional. In simple terms, that means the model can potentially listen and speak at the same time, rather than waiting for one side of the conversation to completely finish. Humans do this naturally. We interrupt each other constantly, sometimes politely, sometimes not so politely. Current AI voice systems often struggle with this. If you've ever used an AI voice assistant and accidentally made a small sound while it was speaking, you've probably experienced the awkward moment where the entire conversation derails. It's a bit like talking to someone who immediately stops mid-sentence every time you breathe. Reports suggest GPT Bidi is designed to reduce exactly that problem. The goal is to create smoother, more natural conversations with better interruption handling, improved turn-taking, and more realistic speech patterns. And honestly, this is something OpenAI probably needed to address. Because over the last year, OpenAI's text models have advanced rapidly. We now have GPT 5.5 class reasoning capabilities, larger context windows, stronger coding performance, and more capable agent systems. But voice has often felt like it's running on an older track. The intelligence improved, but the conversation experience didn't improve at the same pace. GPT Bidi appears to be OpenAI's attempt to close that gap. According to reports surrounding the leak, users may eventually get different intelligence modes for voice interactions, including instant, medium, and high. That would allow users to choose between speed and reasoning quality depending on the task. Need a quick answer? Use instant. Need deeper reasoning? Use high. Need to spend 20 minutes arguing with an AI about why your code definitely isn't the problem? High might be useful there too. What's particularly interesting is how this aligns with OpenAI's broader direction. The company clearly believes voice will become one of the primary ways through which people interact with AI. Text is powerful, but speaking is natural. Most people can talk much faster than they can type. If AI assistants are going to become everyday companions, coworkers, tutors, or customer service agents, natural voice interaction becomes incredibly important. Of course, there are critics. Some observers argue that voice models still face fundamental challenges around latency, reliability, and conversational consistency. A smoother voice doesn't automatically make the underlying intelligence better, and OpenAI has a long history of testing features internally before deciding whether they're ready for the broad release. So those are fair criticisms. But even if GPT Bidi turns out to be less revolutionary than the hype suggests, the direction itself is significant. The race is no longer just about making AI smarter. It's increasingly about making AI feel more natural to interact with. Speaking of competition, while OpenAI appears to be preparing its next voice upgrade, China's AI ecosystem continues moving at full speed. Just days after launching GLM 5.2, Zhipu.ai's latest model is already posting impressive results across multiple leaderboards. According to Artificial Analysis, the model scored 51 points on the Artificial Analysis Intelligence Index, making it the highest-ranked open-weight model currently available. That's a significant achievement because it places GLM 5.2 ahead of other major open competitors, including Minimax M3, DeepSeek V4 Pro, and Kimi K 2.6. And the momentum doesn't stop there. GLM 5.2 also climbed to the number 2 position on front-end code arena, lagging only behind the currently unavailable Claude Fable 5. For an open-weight model, That's an impressive result, and another sign that the gap between proprietary and open systems continues to narrow. The model itself brings several notable upgrades. It features a 1 million token context window, maintains the same pricing as GLM 5.1, and is released under an MIT license. According to Zhipu AI, the model also delivers substantial improvements in coding performance, long-horizon reasoning, and agentic workflows. One particularly interesting benchmark showed GLM 5.2 achieving strong results on agentic coding evaluations. These are tests designed to measure how well models can complete larger software tasks rather than simply generating isolated snippets of code. That's increasingly important because the future of AI coding isn't just autocomplete. It's AI systems that can understand, plan, execute, and debug entire workflows on their own. Now, before anyone declares that open source has officially won, some context is important. GLM 5.2 isn't dominating every benchmark. Proprietary models from OpenAI and Anthropic remain extremely competitive. The model also uses more output tokens per task than some competing open models, which can impact efficiency in certain scenarios. But the broader trend is difficult to ignore. A few years ago, most frontier AI discussions were dominated by a small group of Western companies. Today, Chinese labs are regularly releasing models that compete directly with some of the strongest systems in the world. Whether it's DeepSeek, Kimi, Minimax, or now GLM 5.2, the competitive landscape has become significantly more global. And then we arrive at Anthropic. Because no AI news roundup would be complete without at least one controversy. According to a recently filed federal lawsuit, Anthropic is being accused of misleading customers about the usage limits associated with its Claude Max subscription plans. The lawsuit centers on the company's Max 5X and Max 20X tiers, which cost $100 and $200 per month respectively. The plaintiff claims the actual usage available under these plans was significantly lower than expected and that the company was not sufficiently clear about how the limits worked. One allegation describes a single extended coding session consuming roughly 15% of a weekly allowance. Now, it's important to emphasize that these are allegations contained within a lawsuit. Anthropic has declined to comment, and the claims have not been proven in court. That said, the story highlights a broader issue facing the AI industry. People want more powerful models. Companies want sustainable economics. But unfortunately, GPUs have not yet discovered the concept of charity. Running frontier AI systems is extremely expensive. At the same time, users increasingly expect subscription plans that don't suddenly restrict them with limits in the middle of important work. Balancing those two realities is becoming one of the industry's biggest challenges. But what do you think? Will voice become the primary way people interact with AI? Is GLM 5.2 proof that open models are catching up? And should companies be more transparent about usage limits on premium AI subscriptions? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy balanced coverage of the biggest developments in AI, consider subscribing for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.